Hare. Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare 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 Jaya Narsimhadev, Jaya Narsimhadev, Jaya Narsimhadev, Jaya Narsimhadev, Jaya Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol Jai Jai Shri Narsimha Bhagwan ki Jai Hare Krishna. Welcome to Shishi Radha Kalachandji Dham. Is anyone here for the first time? First time to Kalachandji Dham? No. Wonderful. So the altar is now closed. Deities are being dressed in their night outfits. Altar will open again for darshan at 8 p.m. Meanwhile, we'll have a short Bhagavad Gita class. So we'll start with some kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Hare Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tera Vanachari Yamuna Tera Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jayo Radha Kala Chanji Radha Kala Chanji Radhe Jayo Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Jayo Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. So we'll continue our study of the Bhagavad Gita. We are reading from the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita as it is, titled Nature, the Enjoyer and Consciousness. If you want to follow along with the verse, translation and purport, you can open vedabase.io on your phone and go to chapter 13. Text 27, that is what we'll be studying today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yavat Sanjayate Kinchit Sattvam Stavara Jangamam Kshetra Kshetrajna Samyogat Tadvidhi Bharatarshabha. Word-to-word translation. Yavat, whatever. Sanjayate, comes into being. Kinchit, anything. Sattvam, existence. Stavara, not moving. Jangamam, moving. Kshetra, of the body. Kshetrajna, and the knower of the body. Samyogat, by the union between. Tat vidhi, you must know it. Bharatarshabha, O chief of the Bharatas. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. O chief of the Bharatas, know that whatever you see in existence, both the moving and the non-moving, is only a combination of the field of activities and the knower of the field. Purport. Both material nature and the living entity, which were existing before the creation of the cosmos, are explained in this verse. Whatever is created is but a combination of the living entity and material nature. There are many manifestations like trees, mountains, and hills which are not moving, and there are many existences which are moving, and all of them are but combinations of material nature and the superior nature, the living entity. Without the touch of the superior nature, the living entity, nothing can grow. The relationship between matter and nature is eternally going on, and this combination is effected by the Supreme Lord. Therefore, he is the controller of both the superior and inferior natures. The material nature is created by him, and the superior nature is placed in this material nature, and thus all these activities and manifestations take place. Let's say the Mangalacharan before going into the class. Om Ajnanantimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadarine. Hare Krishna. So I just want to give a small introduction or a look back into what we have studied so far, what this chapter is all about. So at the beginning of chapter 13, Arjuna is asking Krishna about 6 things: Purusha, Prakriti, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, and Jnana and Jnaya. Purusha is basically, he's asking about the living entity, the Jiva inside all living entities. He's asking about Prakriti, material nature. And then he's asking about Kshetra and Kshetrajna, which is also very similar. Kshetra is the field of activities, and Kshetrajna is the person who knows about this field of activities. So it is the field of activities is this material body, and Kshetrajna, the knower of the field of activities, is the spirit soul within all of us. And then Jnanam is absolute knowledge. It is not simple material knowledge. It is not knowledge about physics, chemistry, or things like how this mic works. It is knowledge about the absolute, on who we are, who the super soul is, and what the relationship between us and the super soul is. So this is called absolute knowledge. And then Jnaya means the object of this absolute knowledge. So we understand that we are not this spirit soul. We understand that there is a Paramatma, there is a supreme personality of Godhead, there's Bhagavan, and then we have a relationship. But what do we do with this knowledge? So that is the object of the knowledge, right? Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. What is the relationship between the soul and the super soul? What can we do to establish this relationship, build this relationship? And then what is the goal, ultimate goal of this relationship? So throughout this chapter, Krishna is basically explaining to Arjuna and to all of us by proxy what Purusha is, what Prakriti is, what Kshetra is, what Kshetrajna is, what Jnanam is, what Jnaya is. He's been explaining throughout, and then in the previous verse, Krishna is saying, I'll just read the translation. Again, there are those who, although not conversant in spiritual knowledge, begin to worship the Supreme Person upon hearing about him from others. Because of their tendency to hear from authorities, they also transcend the path of birth and death. So this is verse 26, and in verse 25, Krishna is explaining about different transcendentalists, people who try to reach uh, God or the super soul, Paramatma, through meditation, through Ashtanga Yoga, people who try to reach God through philosophical undertakings, and then those who try to reach God through Karma Yoga by sacrificing the results of their work to Krishna. So, and then here he's talking about a fourth kind of transcendentalist, someone who is more simpler, who's not as advanced as the other three. And here Krishna says, all you have to do to understand the Supreme is to just hear about it from someone who is willing to speak to you about it. So, thank you all for being here, so that I can speak and you can listen, and then we can exchange ideas and philosophies and tattva about the Bhagavad Gita. So this is Krishna is giving this promise, right? Because of their tendency to hear from authorities, they also transcend the path of birth and death. So that is the purpose of human life. Krishna is laying it out very clearly throughout the Bhagavad Gita. If you read it from the beginning till the end, the purpose of the Gita is very, very clear. It is not just to make Arjuna fight the Mahabharata war. That is just the very superficial understanding. But as we read more and more of the Gita, we get a deeper and deeper understanding of the real purpose of the Gita. So the Gita is a living manual for all of us. Krishna is speaking to each and every human being who is trying to read the Gita, and he's trying to convey the same message. And we are reading this Gita, the Bhagavad Gita, as it is, because Krishna says in the 4th chapter that this knowledge has to come through disciplic succession, so that the real the meaning is not lost in translation. So Prabhupada is a pure devotee, and he's coming in this lineage of parampara, where he's hearing from his guru is hearing from his guru, and it goes all the way to Vyasadeva, and then Narada, and then Brahma. And this is a very authentic sampradaya given in the Padma Purana. We have the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya sampradaya, and that is the reason why, although they have been, when Prabhupada was writing the translations and purports for the Bhagavad Gita in the US, he read it in early 70. There were already 100 different translations and commentaries on the Gita just in English, and people were asking him, Prabhupada, there are already so many, especially his early disciples were asking him, there are already so many translations and commentaries, why should we write another one? What is your purpose? And then Prabhupada lays it out. None of the other commentaries come from an authentic Vaishnava Sampradaya, especially in the West. So Prabhupada wanted to establish the real meaning of Gita, so that it doesn't get lost in translation, lost in opinions. Anybody who knows a little bit of Sanskrit, who has studied some of the previous commentaries, can attempt to do this work of translating and writing a commentary, but they would start injecting their own opinion into it. But here Prabhupada is just parroting what his previous acharyas in the Sampradaya have said, and he's just made it more accessible to all of us. So that is the reason why this Bhagavad Gita is called Bhagavad Gita as it is, so that none of the meanings is lost. And what is the true meaning? Just if you can summarize the Gita in a couple of sentences. Already Krishna has summarized the Gita in 4 verses in the 10th chapter, but if we can make it even more smaller and shorter, it is very simple. The purpose of human life is to understand that we are not this material body, and we are the eternal spirit soul, and then to surrender unto Krishna. Krishna says in the 18th chapter, right? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam raja. Leave everything, all kinds of religious paths, and surrender unto me. And then Krishna is promising that he'll take care of us. We don't have to fear. Krishna is saying, Ma shuchaha, do not fear. I will take care of you, but just surrender unto me, leave everything. That is the single purpose of the Bhagavad Gita. And all these verses are helping us get to that finish line where we surrender to Krishna and start serving him. And and then in this verse, Krishna is explaining. Arjuna asked about six things, and here Krishna is explaining more about one or two of those 6 things about Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Krishna is saying whatever you see in existence, both the moving and the non-moving, is only a combination of the field of activities and the knower of the field. Krishna is, of course, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but we can clearly see that right from the first verse of the Gita, as he keeps going, there's a lot of summarizing and some repetition and emphasis. So he has already said almost the same thing in the 7th chapter of the Gita. He's saying, Bhumirapo nalo vayu kammano buddhirevacha ahankaramiti yame binna prakritirashtada. He's saying this material world, earth, air, fire, water, ether, and then the mind, intelligence, and false ego, these 8 things are his separated energies. These are his material energies. Krishna has 3 energies. One is the material energy, one is the spiritual internal energy, and third is the marginal potency, which is the living entities. So Krishna has given us this mild free will. We can either choose to go and get entangled in the material energy, or we can go this other route and start serving the spiritual energy. And then in the next verse, 7.5, Krishna is saying, Apareyamitastvanyam prakritim vidyame param jiva bhutam mahabhago yedam daryate jagat. So there is the superior energy of mind. He's talking about the living entities who are trying to exploit this material nature. And that is the reason that we are actually in this material world. We did bahirmukha. We turned our face against Krishna. And then Krishna said, okay, you want to go away from me? You can try to be your own Lord and your own master in this material world, but it is extremely, extremely difficult, because Krishna says in another place in the Gita that this material world is ashashvatam dukalayam. So this material world is a place of misery and it is temporary. And we can clearly see this, although we might have fleeting moments of happiness, and most of the time we're just living our day-to-day life without any kinds of highs or lows, but the lows are really low and the highs are very fleeting. So the purpose of this material world is controlled by Durga Devi, and she's the superintendent of this prison. So, and we are all prisoners in this material world, so that is samsara. So janma, mrityu, jara, vyadi, we keep going in this cycle again and again and again, and somehow or other we rarely get this opportunity of coming in contact with devotees and trying to understand the truth from the Gita, from the scriptures. And we have all done most of what we do, life after life, birth after birth. There are 8,400,000 species according to the Shastras, and most probably we have been here in this material world so long that we would have all gone through almost most of these species. We have been kings, we have been beggars, we have been doctors, we have been lawyers, we have been superstars, movie actors, cricket players, politicians. We have been cats, dogs, tigers, lions. We have been everything, worms. And finally, because of some punya, pious activities that we have done in our previous life, we have achieved this human form of life. And this is so difficult, achieving this human life. And Krishna is imploring throughout the Gita that do not waste this human life. Somehow or other, hear about this from some authority, which is Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita, and try to surrender unto me. And then slowly, you can get out of the cycle of Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. It's very difficult. Krishna himself is saying in the Gita that out of thousands and thousands and thousands of people, very few will come to understand that Vasudeva Sarvamiti. So he's saying that maybe if you reach a million people might read the Gita, and out of the million people, maybe 1,000 people will truly want to study more and go deeper into the Gita. And out of the 1,000, maybe 10 or 20 will truly surrender unto Krishna. So, our purpose is first to understand what Krishna is saying in the Gita, to surrender unto Krishna. And then Krishna is also saying in the Gita that one who conveys this message of the Gita to others is most dear to me. So that is the next step. So we have realized the purpose of the human life, that we are not this material body, we are the eternal spirit soul, and we have somehow or other surrendered to Krishna. And then the next step is to start taking this message to others. But 99.9% of the world is stuck in this verse where Krishna is saying that both the non-moving and the moving is a combination of the field of activities and the knower of the field. So we are stuck. We constantly keep identifying ourselves with this body and then the extensions of this body. So we think that I am this person, so and so. I might be rich, I might be poor, I might be tall, I might be short, I might be Indian, I might be American, I might be a man, I might be a woman. So these are all the immediate bodily designations that we so fervently identify with. And if someone pokes at any of these identities, it goes straight into our false ego. If someone makes fun of us for being dark, or if someone makes fun of us for being fat or short, or if someone makes fun of us for being poor, or if someone makes fun of us for being not that intelligent, these are all things that affect us so much. And what is the reason that these things affect us so much? Because we identify ourselves with this body, and if someone says something against us, it feels like they are personally attacking you. And I heard this wonderful thing one devotee gave in a class, and he was saying that if someone came to you and started swearing at you or speaking so many bad things about you in a language that you don't understand. So how many of us here know Russian, for example? Nobody knows Russian, right? So if someone from Russia comes here and starts speaking so many bad things against you in Russian, would any of us react? We wouldn't react. We would just keep smiling unless they are coming close to us and threatening us. And if they're just smiling and speaking so many bad things about you, we would also smile nicely to them and think, oh, this person is smiling, so they might be praising us. But the objective truth is that they are saying something really bad about you. But it's the same, they're using the same words, they're conveying the same meaning, but we don't take it to our heart. Why? Because we don't understand. So what does it mean? But if someone comes to us and starts scolding us in Hindi or whatever language, in English that we understand, especially if someone is scolding us in our mother tongue, then it goes even closer to our heart and we get more offended. Why? The words are the same. If someone is coming and saying to you, you're stupid in Russian or in Hindi or English, the meaning of the words don't change. What changes? It is our perception. It is our understanding of what they are saying. So the words alone don't have any meaning, especially material words. They don't have any meaning. The meaning comes when we attach ourselves to it. So this, oh, how dare this person call me stupid? How offensive this person is. He's coming and calling me these and these names. So we are so much attached to this body that we ourselves attach meaning to these words. We could react the same way that we react to a Russian person scolding us in Russian. What's going to change? Is anything going to change? Nothing is going to change. We could just smile if someone is scolding us in a language that we understand. If someone is saying bad things about us, if someone is swearing at us, if someone is doing any kind of nonsense against us, all we have to do is flip the switch in our brain, saying that there is no reason that I have to allow this person to reach me. I am this eternal spirit soul. I am not this body. So whatever this person is saying does not have to affect me. All it takes is this one particular switch, and 99% of the conflicts in our personal life, in our interpersonal relationships, can be avoided very easily. And once the switch goes on, then it also gives us a second byproduct, in that we also start becoming more humble. Oh, okay, we are not this body, we are the spirit soul. This person is also not the body, he is the spirit soul. He is being affected because of some temporary things, and we can see past this. Krishna is saying in the Bhagavad Gita that a Paramahamsa sees both an elevated person and a dog in the street in the same way. So that understanding comes slowly if we start identifying ourselves with our true self, that we are the eternal spirit soul. We are not this body. So we read the Gita, we start understanding slowly and slowly, and we start listening more lectures, we listen to more kirtans, we start chanting, and our heart gets cleansed of this false ego, of this deep connection that we have with this material body. It's not our fault per se, but we have been associated with this material body for millions and millions and millions of births, that it's very difficult to extricate ourselves from this. And the only way that we can do this is, especially in Kali Yuga, we can understand from an intellectual standpoint. Okay, Krishna is saying in the Gita that you're not this material body, you're the eternal spirit soul. My intelligence can understand that, but how do we realize that? There is a difference between knowing and realizing. Realization comes from experience. So Prabhupada, in all of his scriptures, he translates devotional service, bhakti. He translates bhakti as devotional service. It takes effort from our side to do something, to do some kind of service. And what is the most basic service and the most effective service that we can do in Kali Yuga? It's to chant the holy names of the Lord. So each yuga, the Hindu scriptures speak of 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. And each yuga is given a particular form of worship to come to this realization that we are not the body, we are the spirit soul, and then to slowly start establishing this relationship with the super soul, and then get out of this samsara. And the Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga, in which we are living now, is chanting the holy names of the Lord. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared 500 years ago and gave this very, very simple process. All we have to do in this Kali Yuga is to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Very simple. It's a 16-word mantra, 32 syllables, and that is all it takes to slowly start realizing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. He has given 8 verses called Sikshashtaka, and in the first verse he says, you chant this Mahamantra, and slowly all the dirt and sins, and not only sins and dirt, but all the good pious activities that we have accumulated, both good and bad, will slowly start getting washed away. And all the good deeds that we have done have given us all the leg up. We might have been born rich, born beautiful, born knowledgeable, the multiple things. All these advantages that we have are because of the pious activities that we have done, and all the bad things that are happening to us are because of the impious activities or sinful activities that we committed in our previous births. So both of these are bad, in that they both make us associate with our bodies more and more. So the idea is to cleanse ourselves of both these pious and impious, the results of both these pious and impious activities, and fully realize that we are the eternal spirit soul. So every day, all we have to do is to start our spiritual journey is to chant this Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's very simple. And unlike other mantras, this one does not have any rules and regulations. You can chant this mantra at any time. Anybody can chant this mantra. There's no discrimination. Man, woman, child, old person, Indian, American. There's no designation. Anybody can chant this Mahamantra at any time. So there is no, you don't have to chant this mantra at a particular time, a particular place. You can chant it in your home. You can chant it at any time. You can chant it on the road. You can chant it while walking. You can chant it while doing anything, while cooking. There are no restrictions. You can chant this Mahamantra anywhere, anytime, and by anyone. And it's so simple. The process is so simple. It's not easy, but it's very simple. All you have to do is chant this Mahamantra. And the more and more that you chant, the more and more we get cleansed of this notion that we are this material body. It not only helps us, it also helps everybody around us. So we'll stop seeing people as their faults and their good things, and we'll actually start seeing them for who they really are. That person is also a spirit soul, and he has gone wayward, and whatever he's doing, good or bad, is a result of all his previous actions. So we'll start requesting this other person also to start chanting the holy names of the Lord. And Prabhupada writes in many of his purports that this is how we can reach world peace. Not through these United Nations and false organizations, but through spreading this idea of everybody chanting and realizing who they really are. Once everybody realizes that, then everything becomes easy and peaceful and simple, because we all start understanding that we have to serve the Supreme. We are all parts and parcels of Krishna, and then we all just come together and serve Krishna to the best of our abilities, and things will go swimmingly well for all of us. That is all I have for today. Anyone has any questions, comments, corrections? No. Okay. Thank you all. Darshan will open at 8 p.m. You're welcome to stay here. And thank you. Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.